see what happens here. The band's leaving the field, the captains for the coin toss, and then we'll go for the national anthem with the choir. I'm Coach Baggs from the track team, North Andover's discus friend. I'm here with Ray Ahern. Welcome, Ray.
Great to be here once again. I grew up in Beverly, and I advocated for this game, so I'm certainly happy that we're here to play Beverly. They were a Gold Coast town 100 years ago with a shoe machinery factory. You got paid on Friday night, and you went to watch football at noontime on Saturday. In those days, it was common for 10,000 people to be at a football game. It was the thing to do in town. Today, the culture is far more diverse. A lot of independence. So it's a beautiful night.
North Andover was 5-6 last year. They just missed the Division II playoffs. I think they're a better team this year, perhaps significantly better. I think they have quite a few capable replacements for the seniors who graduated along the line. Drew Fitzgerald, the quarterback, a year older, year wiser, year stronger.
And a little taller, too.
Yeah, Zach Walensky, a year ago this time, I don't think he was training for football, so he should be in shape for the get-go. North Andover is going to receive the ball to start us off.
Coach,
we also have more coaches on the sideline for North Andover, so more and better coaching.
Yes, we have a collection of alumni and others who are really good at explaining what to do.
To the downside, Keegan Gilday and Mickey Valentino injured. Mickey Valentino's not playing football. Keegan Gilday, dislocated knee. He might be back in a couple weeks. And we're going to pause for the national anthem. It's the North Andover Choir, led by Sarah Durkin.
And the trumpet choir,
getting everyone
led by
tuned up.
Sarah Durkin.
This is always inspirational.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air. They flew through the night that our flag was still. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Incredible, as always.
That's the North Andover Choir, led by Sarah Durkin. I saw Cole Brimmer down there, Kiana Stetson, Tori Lytle, Clara Hersom, Megan Irwin, part of the choir.
C.J. Good down there coaching. Well, North Andover looks ready to play.
The North Andover has had to replace Michael Ferdelius and Caleb Agbor at the cornerback spot. We'll see how well North Andover does well there. And two linebackers, James Federico and Hunter Scott, two linebackers that are no longer with us. So that might be if North Andover has a weakness, it might be in those spots, but we'll see.
I notice some players who look like they could play who have numbers that, oh, yes, I'm on the wrong program here. Johnny Perdomo, 6'3", 225. Looks like a prospect.
North Andover has the numbers on some of these helmets this year. That'll make our jobs easier.
Oh, yes. Great.
Some big guys on the front of this kickoff team for North Andover.
So here's Luke Sotera down here on the edge. That was a place I liked to be.
Number 44.
More when you were
That's
defending.
Mikey McNaught, I believe, with the ball.
Goes wide, cuts back. Still moving, still on his feet. Refusing to go down.
North Andover backed up. I think it's going to be 1st and 10 at about the 10-yard line.
Yes, yeah. Beverly kept pursuing, but they couldn't get their hands on him to actually tackle him.
Mikey McNaught wasn't expecting that kick to go so far.
And he lost a couple of steps by having the ball bounce. So the timing to make a good return disappeared.
Jake O'Neill at left tackle for North Andover.
A key spot.
Single wing for North Andover. Interior handoff. I think that's Zach Walensky. He found some room. 6 yards. Second and 4.
Yeah, he looked inside and decided to go outside. Get a little stressed going down on that play, but he looks like he's okay. You see he's got a little gimp going. That'll clear up. Deep.
Same play. Second, the other side. Walensky again. He's close to the first down. I don't think he got it. It's about a yard short. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, maybe 2. Oh, no, you're right. Maybe a yard and a half.
Long one, yeah.
They're resetting the stick.
Key early 3rd down here for North Andover.
Yeah.
They have Jake O'Neill and Jake Salfrank on the same side here on the left side of the North Andover line.
That should be coming this way.
McNaught,
Oh.
McNaught was in motion. Fitzgerald running.
Nice job.
He's not going to make it. It'll be 4th down.
Lost about 10 yards, but avoided disaster. That was ball went off his hands.
High snap.
Yep.
It'll be 4th and 10 or so. Here's the replay.
Oh, yes. I can see
Nice block there.
Beverly pursuing. They only had one really fast defender who was in there, fortunately.
I think that's Mike Comerford, 66 on the offensive line for North Andover.
Each of these teams in the last 10 years sent a class to Foxborough for the playoffs, so they're familiar with success, and we'll see what happens this year to each of them. They're both, I would say, rebuilding.
Beverly substituting, going into punt receive formation. North Andover substituting. I believe that's number 18, Camden Bethel, back to punt for North Andover. 4th and 10.
Sean Costa back for Beverly. I think he's a sophomore.
He's at the 45-yard line. Number 75, Alex Phillips, the sophomore, entering the huddle late, right guard.
Only one man back, so this
that's
could be a rush.
Bad punt, bad snap. He got it away.
High kick, nice. Receiver is letting it go. It takes
nice
a wonderful
bounce.
bounce for North Andover. Get about 8 yards out of 2 bounces there.
That's a big break for North Andover.
Yes.
Beverly couldn't field that punt.
Yeah, Beverly would have been on our side of the 50, they say.
So it'll be on the 47-yard line of Beverly, 1st and 10.
Okay, 50 coming in, 75 coming out.
Beverly going no huddle or short huddle. They have double wing formation here. Jake Jackson, one of the North Andover, right around the middle, number 6. Nice gain, about 5 yards.
The quarterback is Brian Kessel. He played some in last year's game of these two teams, which was played at Herd Stadium
That
in
was
Beverly.
Brendan McCarron going right down the middle. Nice blocking in the interior line there for Beverly. Same formation, double wings. 22.
Damian Day with the ball. D-A-Y,
Nice
Day.
pursuit there for North Andover. That was Sean Costa, number 12.
Okay, so that leaves us with third and a reasonably long distance for
I think Jake O'Neill was one of the players on that tackle. He's at right defensive end. He's
So-
playing right next to Johnsy Perdomo at right defensive tackle. Third and 4.
Kessel back to throw, and almost sacked, throws it away.
Completion, short of the first down. That was 22.
Amazing catch because the defender was close to an interception.
Damian Day there with the reception, number
Yes.
22.
Mike McNaught was a defender on that who
4th and 4. Here's
almost
the
got
replay.
his hand on the ball. So 22 back for the Knights. Bad snap. Falls on it. This is a break for North Andover. God, that's like a 50-yard
That was
gain.
Jake Salfrank that touched the punter when he was down.
Oh.
The ball will be on the 43-yard line.
So Drew Fitzgerald, number 2, coming in. It looks like the coach is going to open this game with some running off tackle, some wide running.
Here's A.J. Acola out wide.
Feel him out.
That's
So
McNaught.
McNaught cuts back, makes a guy miss, 2 or 3.
It's about 6-yard gain or so for McNaught.
Nice move.
They had the 2 receivers out left, and they blocked for McNaught. I think Jake Jackson was one of them, A.J. Acola. Jake Jackson got a pretty good block out there, trying to get in a second block.
Gabe D'Souza, alumni down there, working with the
Sophomore-
offense.
Sophomore
Got
Michael
some
Phelps there,
headset on.
starting on the offensive line.
Fitzgerald gives it to
Walensky
Walensky.
again.
He can see a wide open hole. He is gone. No, he's not. He almost made it through those 2 defenders.
It'll be 1st and goal at about the 7-yard line. The offensive line just pushed Beverly back there.
Yes.
You can see
So-
there's a big pocket there.
Yes.
Didn't get touched until the 15-yard line.
They got offensive linemen from the right side, pulling back and coming to the left side, clearing out a hole.
Comerford, Phillips, Phelps, O'Neill on that offensive line. Jake Salfrank. Oh, that's another bad snap. He wasn't expecting it. It's going to be
Looks
Beverly
like
football.
Beverly has it, and that looks like number 1, Kessel, the quarterback for Beverly, recovering. So the ball has got a
I don't think Drew Fitzgerald
Early-
expected that.
early
snap.
Thanksgiving gravy on that ball.
That's the 4th bad snap that we've seen. 3
Yes.
on North Andover. We did not see any of that last year
We
from
have to
North
cut
Andover.
We have to cut out the pregame cranberry sauce.
On the defensive line for North Andover, Liam Tolan, Johnsy Perdomo are the tackles. Jake O'Neill, Jake Salfranks are the ends. There's a
Kessel
nice fake.
back, and he is
Sacked.
sacked.
Takes
Brought
out
down.
from a linebacking position. At number 10,
10 for
Thomas Bosang, linebacker.
6'2", 185. Graduates this year, senior, Bosang,
At the
a
bottom,
contributor.
at the bottom of your screen, you
Last
can
year
see
as
Matt Cerullo calling out the play.
Is Jake Salfrank, this defensive end on this side.
Sweep
In
off
the
tackle.
backfield.
Change directions. Be 3rd and 10, about a 4-yard gain.
Damian Day again. Looks like he's their regular halfback, regular runner. There's a player on this team named White that I saw last year. Has a lot of speed and athleticism. He was a backup quarterback last year, but
Jake Thorne and Jake Salfrank are the Jake Jackson and that could be a first down.
Beverly
Yep.
run up, makes the first down by a yard. Slides down to protect the ball and the first down.
Oh, Jake O'Neill got caught inside on that play. But, not enough North Andover defenders out wide there.
Jake O'Neill coming out on that play.
Sweep the other way, same play.
Day and a wonderful tackle.
That was Zach
Beautiful.
Walensky from his safety spot.
Form tackle.
That's another first down, I believe.
Chest to
10-yard
chest.
gain.
Wrapped him up. Drove him hard.
It's going to be 2nd and 1. Nice blocking. That play well designed.
North Andover coaches wagging the play in.
Timeout North Andover. Oh, it is a first down. Down the middle.
Beverly with a
Another tackle
Really-
by Walensky.
really
You don't want him making all the tackles.
strong run. Brendan McCarron this time, a running back, also linebacker, a senior.
Another first down.
So Beverly moving the ball now. They seem to get their legs under them. Let's see how North Andover responds here. Zach Walensky, high safety. Coming up on the
That's
play.
McCarron again, about 5-yard gain. I'm going to say 4 yards where the official is marking it. Beverly offense failing it now with these running plays.
Day.
Jake
Tackle,
Salfrank
tackle
caught a
spins.
little bit upfield on that play.
Good. Beverly coming to the line quickly now. Want to get this play off.
Oh, nice tackle.
Beautiful.
That was the linebacker again, Thomas Bosang. That's the
Just,
second key play.
Bosang just blitz in, wasn't blocked by anyone.
He's one of the new linebackers. I think he's taken James Federico's place. There he goes, right down the middle.
Nice job. I played some linebacker, and that play reminds me of anticipation.
Be 3rd and 12.
You get an early start, you get a tremendous advantage.
6 minutes, 50 seconds left. First quarter, no score.
There's Day going wide. Fake screen pass. Too low. That was not very well executed.
It's a well-designed play. Jake
Yes.
Jackson on the coverage there.
It started out looking like it would be something, but the tackle was in the way of the
4th and
receiver.
12.
The ball was not where it should have been.
Let's see if this ball is snapped properly. I think that's Walensky that's back deep for North Andover. He's got to bounce.
Soccer kick. Ball free. Comes to rest inside the 20, inside the 15.
Penalty.
Oh, yeah. Flag here. Let's see what happened. Yeah.
Holding on North Andover.
So the ball was downed on the little over the 10.
Going to be half the distance to the goal.
Yep. Pacing it off. Should be
About on the
more or
6-yard
less.
line.
Yeah. So North Andover backed up near their end zone. Have to be careful now. This is a place where I would think, hey, let's go under center and make sure that the handoffs are easy. No risk. And you like to pull your guys in so you can gang block. Handoff. There's a nice Walensky following his blocker. Perfect.
Yeah, so the left side of the offensive line blocks down. The right side pulls to the left and hits the hole. Same formation. Looks like it might be the same play going the other way.
Yep, there's the tackle
Number 6,
heading this
Charlie
way.
Finn. Is that a first down? No.
Out to the 25 or 26.
Be about a 6-yard gain, 7-yard gain, 8-yard gain. Is that Charlie Finn in there, number 6?
About a 7 or 8 yards. So
There's a gain of 7 on the play. It's second and 3.
well,
Second and 3.
I think Charlie's been in once before today.
Starting linebacker.
Yeah, but I think he ran the ball
think he's in the
as
slot.
number 6.
Sweep. Is that McNaught? He has path.
Cuts back. Nice spin
Broke the
move.
tackle.
Avoids the tackle by just spinning.
First down. Daniel Conant, number 11, kind of tackled the football, and McNaught spun away from it, didn't lose the football. Got an extra 5-6 yards. Some nice blocking in the backfield there on that play.
Looks
First
like
and 10.
Walensky's probably going to run for a lot of yards this year. He's successful on almost every play because there's always a blocker in front of him.
First and 10 on the 49-yard line. McNaught in motion.
There's a wide
Walensky.
open. Walensky calls for the ball because there was nobody out there covering him, guarding him,
20-yard gain on
preventing him
first
from
and 10.
waving for the ball. I'm wide open. Just loft it out here. Nicely constructed play because it looks like another player is the object, and Walensky is just drifting with nobody covering him.
They had the 2 receivers on that side go deep, and McNaught in motion, so they had 4 receivers essentially on that side of the field.
Yeah, yes, good offense. That's a nice play.
I believe North Andover has called a timeout. It'll be first and 10 from the 20-yard line. I think these bad snaps are the only things that really stopped North Andover so far.
Beverly 0, Scarlet 0.
Or is that the end of the quarter? Excuse me.
Oh.
They're switching sides of the field. So between quarters, time for we normally do a sport update, but we're going to do
Wonderful.
a spring sports recap. We had 2 championship teams last spring. One was Mr. Vigent's science team, first place in the North Shore Science League.
Whoa.
And, I should say McKenna Doobie, Ben Abbott, Peter Sciadoni were captain that team. Nick Kissel, our NACAM technical director, is on that team. He's coming back this year. Boys track team were state champs. Ryan Carnley, star shined the brightest, but I'm going to say a Hall of Fame track team. Here we go, first and 10.
Mr. Nugent, a great athletic director, has really helped the program succeed.
McNaught in motion, gets the ball. Plenty of room, get a block from Walensky.
Looking for a cutback, and the cutback was there. Made another 5 or 6 yards
He's got
on
a
it.
first down. 11-yard gain would be on the 19-yard line.
McNaught drifting to the outside, looking for the combination of blocking to allow him to continue to run free upfield.
But to finish off with the boys track team, they were MVC and Division II state champions. They dominated the competition in the spring. Here we go, first and 10. Fake to McNaught.
Nice pass.
Fired the ball towards Jake Salfrank. I don't think Drew Fitzgerald liked what he saw, so I think he threw it behind Jake Salfrank and put a lot of mustard on it so no one could catch it.
Threw it inside the receiver. Can't get back to it. Let's see how our camera work gets into the corner here. No, we were a little late getting to the play.
Jake Salfrank threw the shot put on that state championship track team. I believe he came in 6th at the Division II state championships in the shot put. Best returning shot put and discus thrower this spring. North Andover going Three wide receivers here, 2nd and 10. Should be 2nd and 10. Walensky up the middle. Did not fool Beverly.
Walensky is the, well, you can't say he's the bell cow, but he's the bell. He's the bell carrier.
Number 61, Benjamin Herring of Beverly on the tackle.
Walensky was feeling it on that one, the inside run rather than an outside run. He was looking to get through that hole as quickly as possible, but had to wind up taking shorter strides as he got close to the line.
About a 3 to 4 yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Totally acceptable. Good. Keeping the ball moving, keeping the momentum.
Oh, double handoff. That Charlie Finn ended up having it. Beverly, he wishes he didn't have it. Beverly not fooled on that play. Nice strong surge in the center of that line for Beverly.
Charlie hoping there was an option for a third handoff there, but not available.
Walensky to Finn. Beverly really stuffed that play out. 4th and 9.
It's difficult to make that play work if there's more defenders in the middle of the field.
North Andover going
you have
for
blockers.
it. Jake Salfrank going way out wide to the left. Cam Bethel.
Yes.
Jake Jackson to the right.
Possibility out
And
there.
McNaught.
Very little coverage. Dropping back.
Gerald looking to the right. He has plenty of room. He throws it Fahar and wide. Oh! Touchdown! 1 foot in.
Lofting the ball right to the end line.
Was that Salfrank that came way over from the left?
Running. That would be interesting. I didn't notice where the receiver. Let's see what we're looking at here. And the camera once again is a little shy of where we are. Where the play is.
Cam Bethel in to take the extra point.
Okay. As you said, Bethel ready to kick. And
looks good.
The point is good. So the Knights score first. Have 7 points on the game. We're in the second quarter.
Yeah, the scoreboard clock is not cooperating in terms of the time. So we're going to guess how much time's left. Shout out to the girls JV lacrosse team. They were undefeated last spring. They have tons of athletes. I know a couple, Kylie Keene, Kylie George. Softball team made the playoffs. They lost in the quarterfinals. Lacrosse team fell to St. John's Prep in the quarterfinals, so they made the playoffs. They were ranked 8th in Division I. Girls lacrosse team made the playoffs. Ranked 15th, 14 and 6. They lost in the round of 16 to Wellesley. Here we go. Cam Bethel kicking off. High kick, short. That's
Beverly
Conan.
runner looking for a hole.
Oh,
Finds a hole.
He moved to his right, found a hole. Luke Sotera on the tackle, junior.
That was Dan Conant, who's a senior running back on that return.
That was a nice return. There didn't seem to be anything there. He took a step to his right and found the hole. There he is.
Nicely done. Conant is an old family name in Beverly from pre-revolutionary days, colonial days. There's a Conant Street.
22. Damian Day. Not much there.
Brought down by number 50, John DiPadomo.
Cornerback for us on this side, the near side, guarding the tackle, is Jake Jackson. He's defensive back and a wide receiver. The son of
North Andover blitzing. Picked the
Mr.
wrong
Jackson.
hole. Maybe a 4-yard gain. Be 3rd down and long 5, short 6.
The cornerback, again, Jake Jackson, is 6'2", 175, and graduates Not this spring, but the
Nice
following
tackle by
spring.
the linebacker there. That's Finn, I believe, in on the tackle.
Here's the center coming out for Beverly.
All the players in the box. Jake Salfrank ran that play down nicely.
Nice defense
It'll be
there.
4th down.
They only gained a yard on that play. It had a long time to develop, and yet they weren't able to cash it in for yards.
Alex Phillips going in on 4th down at defensive tackle. Liam Toll and the other defensive tackle. Beverly punting.
Johnny Perdome was in on the last play. He's out.
McNaught
replaced.
is
Here's
short.
The punter
Walensky
gets
is
off a
beat.
nice kick,
Fair
driving North Andover back to a fair catch on about the 22. So reasonable field position, but a good punt. Good work by Beverly to continue to make this a competitive game.
Walensky decided to be a little conservative, not take any chances on that play. So North Andover has some extra coaches that they didn't have last year.
They do.
Gabe
A lot of
D'Souza coaching the wide receivers.
former
George
players.
Arena quarterbacks. Marianelle Garcia linebacker. Kevin Gilday offensive line. Here's Walensky. Oh, he pushes his blocker out of the way.
Yeah, there's a real handful of former players, alumni, who are assistant coaches at this time. C.J. Good, Cooperstein, Cirillo, Gabe D'Souza, Urena, etc.
I believe that was Liam Tolan that Walensky helped his blocking there, pushed him out of the way.
The coach is making coaches.
2nd and 3. That's McNaught.
McNaught doing a very good job to avoid number 6.
He's not going to go down.
And to keep him from being tackled by
1st down. He did that all by himself.
Brendan McCarron, a senior. I believe he's a co-captain, but McCarron is a really good player, and he was not able to tackle McNaught.
North Andover had the 2 wide receivers out blocking them. None of them really got good blocks, and McNaught said, I don't need any blocks. I'm going to get this first down all by myself.
The spin is underrated, not recognized or commented on enough.
A.J. Acola, the basketball player, out wide on the near side.
Fitz back. Now he's scrambling.
Oh, penalty on the play. That's
Nicely,
Salfrank.
Nicely thrown to Salfrank. Well beyond
I think that's going to come back from holding.
Oh, too bad. Rags and flags.
Jake Salfrank was on the right side. He went down
So
about
what's
15
happening?
yards, came across the field. You see there he is with the ball.
Probably some holding in. Yes, I think on the right side of the line there was somebody trying to wrap up a rusher.
It'll be 1st and 20.
Had his arms around him.
North Andover, they were in a passing formation there. Only one back in the backfield, no wing back.
Well, the lights are on. A little gray and cloudy sky, but a perfectly acceptable day.
A little bit of wind. It was a little windier this afternoon, I think.
Yes, well, as I'm sure you know, there's a storm coming overnight.
I don't think they liked what Mikey McNaught was doing there. He's kind of pleading his case like he was going in motion. He's trying to get an explanation from somebody.
Motion penalty from the white hat. We're marking it off. Looks like 5.
Be 1st and 25.
5 yards. 5. Two receivers wide to the wide side of the field.
Same play, I believe. Why change it?
Fitz is back. He's looking for a
he
place
didn't see
to
that.
go.
He didn't see. He's sacked. He didn't see. Was it number 57? There's no 57. It was someone else. No 57 on our roster.
57 is out there, but
He's a linebacker.
Not identified.
He's on the end. He didn't. Drew Fitzgerald didn't see him coming.
I think he's the middle linebacker. I noticed him pregame. He was standing in the spot the middle linebacker would be about 5 or 6 yards back from the line of scrimmage.
Beverly is a young team, not a lot of upperclassmen, and I think they're the smaller team to some extent in this game. A little confusion in North Andover formation.
Beverly is a city. They have city government.
You've seen that play before. That's Walensky.
Walensky.
Got about 7 yards, I would say.
Yeah, that's a nice play. I like that play.
They got the two wide receivers out there blocking.
That's a Sunday morning play. A screen wide. You don't see screen passes in offenses as much as you did 10 or 15 years ago. They were bread and butter play.
Be third down
today. But
and a mile.
Fitzgerald's still a young quarterback, so giving him a safe pass like that to throw, allow him to calm himself and get his feet under him. He has some indecision when he's looking as to whether to let the ball go or not.
Third down. And maybe 27 yards to go. I think they're going to run this play.
Inside
down the
handoff.
middle. Found some room.
Zach is looking for space.
Got about 10 yards.
Zigzag, serpentine curve
North
running
Andover's going to punt.
up the middle. Eventually ran out of real estate. Here he is. See him goes to the right, cuts back to the left. Continues to the left with a pass
Camden Bethel
players
back to punt.
on his person.
Timeout Beverly.
Back to return for Beverly is number 12. Jamie Gay. There's a timeout
Beverly by the sea.
on the field.
Shout out to athletic director and boys track coach Steve Nugent. Just got inducted into the State Track Coaches Hall of Fame. Little ceremony in Wakefield on Sunday.
Excellent. Excellent.
First North Andover track coach to get into the Hall of Fame. Fourth down, 17 yards to go. Don't know why. Maybe Beverly thought there was going to be a fake, perhaps. Set up a return. Not sure why Beverly called that time, but maybe to save time. I don't know how much. 4 minutes on the stadium clock in this second quarter.
The Knights are up 7, and Beverly is yet to score.
That ball's going to bounce. Number 12, is he going to pick it up? He is. And a wise decision.
Yeah.
Got about 10 yards on the return. That was Sean Costa.
He makes it right by the defender. He had just put a move on him and left him standing there.
Be first and 10 at the Beverly 42-yard line. Get on, Coach Baggs, your discus friend from the track team. I'm with Ray Ahern, pride of Bishop Fenwick High School, I believe.
There you go. And happy to be here on a gorgeous night at Joe Walsh.
Down the middle. Oh, no, was that Sal Frank? No, it wasn't. Not Sal Frank. Was that Finn on the tackle? Inside linebacker. Oh, there's a late flag. That's never good.
Storm coming tomorrow. Hopefully we'll miss all except the wind.
Oh, yeah, that was Charlie Finn. Stood up the ball carrier. Unsportsmanlike conduct on North Andover. The automatic first down. Referee's kind of given he pushed his head down into the turf after the tackle. Coach is not going to like that. Be first and 10. 10 yards, 15 yards further down the field. Be on the 42-yard line. Beverly very quick out of the huddle on a number of occasions.
Unusual formation here.
They're looking
for
over to
Beverly.
the sideline to see which play to run.
It's the
22. Oh, nice cutback.
yes, yeah.
He's got a first down. Falls forward, 12-yard gain.
That's the kind of formation Coach Debzinski was running when he first came here. the kind of formation that got his father 300 wins.
That's Damian Gay. North Andover sent that back inside, and there was no pursuit.
Depends on some precision blocking on the inside.
Same looking play. The other side.
It goes wide this time.
Finn ran that down.
Inside, outside.
About a 6-yard gain. Shout out to Charlie's grandfather, Charlie, who I met before the game.
Beverly's running the offense that Everett was running for 15 years ago.
North Andover did not
making
set the edge on that play.
Champions every year. A classic.
That's on the middle. We've seen a lot of Day off tackle.
Yes.
And Brendan McCarron down the middle. Ball's on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. The best drive Beverly's had so far in this game.
Damian Day is actually listed as a wide receiver. He's been running the ball a lot.
Oh,
there you go.
Jake Salfrank was not fooled.
Jake.
Is that Jake Salfrank? Yes, it was.
Jake
defensive end.
Long arms,
He's
long
also
legs,
a varsity
big
basketball
strides.
player. No one blocked him.
Look at those strides as he pursues the quarterback. He's running about half as many strides as the quarterback in order to get to the same place.
Oh, reverse. North Andover
in.
not fooled. No gain.
Breaking away from several tacklers. We had him stone cold for a loss.
Beverly's going to call another timeout. Walensky eventually made the final tackle from his safety spot there.
And Daniel Conant was the runner there. Daniel Conant is there's a pilgrim statue in Beverly of a Daniel Conant with the
Revolutionary War figure, Daniel Conant.
the colonial. It's got a colonial peaked black hat, you know, like almost like a peaked fireman's hat. But I think they were made out of felt and things like that. It's a different society altogether. They were religious, unified.
So the scoreboard clock is not running, so we don't really know how much time is left. It's about 3rd and 10. Oh, excuse me, 3rd and 20. Looks like a passing formation here for Beverly.
Kessel takes the snap and
quarterback draw.
Kessel just swarmed under.
Bosang in there.
Bosang again. Anticipation, getting a jump early in the play, avoiding the blockers.
That's the 3rd time he's been in the Beverly huddle.
Yes. It's if you're playing defense over in that area, and you are strictly paying attention and noticing everything by the microsecond that's going on, you have a tremendous advantage over players who are breathing and bending over and getting in their stance. And
it is 4th down. Maybe North Andover called that timeout. I wasn't paying attention. Alaperti is in the booth from the North Andover Athletic Association. The president, El Presidente. We hope to talk to him maybe at the end of halftime, beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Well anticipated.
Talk about what the North Andover Athletic Association is up to. Probably talk about Knights on the Run road race. I'm sure Al would love some help. Here we go, 4th down. A little Hail Mary, perhaps, on the right side.
Kessel
nice pass
back.
rush. Was that a blitz?
They had 5 men rushing, and they just surrounded him.
Braden Santora
could not
was in there.
find any opportunity left,
And
right,
that's the
or
half.
center. Look at this convergence. All he can do is put his head down and hope to move forward. And instead of the 2 defenders, he encounters 3 defenders.
So at halftime, it's North Andover 7, Beverly 0. What have you seen so far, Ray?
Well, this is a game that's played more equally on the field by both teams than the contest last year in Beverly was. Beverly seems to be more disciplined, more organized, and more cognizant of what they want to do. I think their quarterback last year, the guy they expected to play, was injured just before that game, so that probably accounts for it. Beverly got ahead very early and then just played defensive ball, if you will, in the second half. This is a much more evenly played game with opportunities for both teams with all kinds of plays.
Last year, I think North Andover caused a couple turnovers. So far in this first half, I think North Andover has been stopped by some bad snaps. On one drive, they went to the passing game, but I don't think they've been stopped on the run, North Andover. So I'm predicting North Andover is going to kind of pull away in the second half if they stick with the run and they can avoid the turnovers.
You know, I think you're right. I think coming into the game, I think Beverly played Haverhill last week, and we saw our practice scrimmage here a couple of weeks ago was against Haverhill. And we clearly looked better in that practice than Haverhill did. So coming here today, I'm surprised that this game is close.
I agree.
I didn't expect Beverly to be able to compete. So it's made a much more interesting event.
Beverly's offensive line looks pretty stout. We're on the camera now, Ray. Smile for the camera.
Yes, my
headset. This is not gray hair. This is plutonium blonde hair we got going here.
Silver. I'm not picking you up. I have the headset in a bad configuration because I'm not picking you up on the headset. I have to disconnect and listen.
I don't think the band was ready. The clock on the field was not working, so the band is kind of late coming up. But we'll be back for the second half, and Al Purdy will join us in the booth.
Wonderful. Look forward to Al. We'll be back.
Since I'm only allowed one word, I'm going plural on you. Opportunities.
Communication.
Professional.
Dependable.
Empowering. Everywhere.
Inclusive.
Cool.
During the pandemic, they wouldn't allow parents or fans into the basketball games, and volunteering for NACAM was the only way I could get into the gym. And you're always looking for volunteers to either speak behind the camera or operate the cameras, and so I'm still here.
I can reach everyone through YouTube and what I think are the best videos for me, for everyone to understand that I also have the same interests, and those who have the same interests like me would want to hear what I would have to say about what I like about it and what's cool about it.
A center, identified as a senior center there, is communication in a sense. And I felt somewhere or another if my contribution could help a little bit, that it would be a fulfilling experience for myself as well.
You know, one way that I've seen North Andover CAM really grow over the last 2 years has been their relationship with the Historical Society. You know, they've got this amazing new movie theater, and they've run a whole series of programs partnering with CAM over the last couple of months that have really been well attended. You've really embedded yourself in the community and made such an important community partner that I think that's something that's really special, and you don't always see that.
Through public service announcements, in the past we've done some about leaving dogs in cars, locking your doors, stuff like that, where they get the message out too. And, not many people may see it on TV per se, but they'll see it on social media, which is even better. So by having a professionally run, studio like this, where we can, put together a message or put together a show and be able to put it out there, especially the younger generation, they're on their phones all the time and they're going to see it, which it makes us happy because we know our message is getting out there. Thanks to North Andover CAM.
Mikey McNaught. We're practicing. Here we
Ball
go.
is in the air. It's on
That's
the right.
McNaught.
McNaught picks it up, has
We
an
have-
opening, has a wide opening.
Just the
McNaught
kicker
on
to
the
beat.
first
He
play.
getting a block.
He's just got to outrun him, and he gets caught by 20. Inside handoff, number 12. He has got 2 or 3.
Caleb Agbor.
More. Agbor has five missed tackles on that.
Mikey McNaught.
McNaught,
He's in for the
in.
score.
Had blocking in front of him. That's good.
They're blitzing. Finn got him.
Interception coming.
Fumble too. He got it back. That's Federico. Fake. Here he goes to the left.
Touchdown.
James Federico in for the score.
Throw towards the
He was
corner.
on the middle on the right.
Outside rather
Looking
than
at the
inside.
same way. Out to Johns in the backfield. I don't see any signal. Be North Andover ball. Fitzgerald back in.
Drew looking to pass. Long ball. Has him open. 7, and he has the ball.
Touchdown. Cam Partridge.
Cam Partridge in a pear tree.
That's Walensky off tackle. Plenty of room.
And he's gone. He just needed that one block, and he helped the blocker set it up.
That's Walensky off tackle. Plenty of room.
And he's gone. He just needed that one block.
Pat Roy in motion. Down the middle to Walensky. That's plays worked before.
Just like before.
Touchdown.
Exactly right.
There's running time rules if the game is lopsided.
Whoa, overthrown.
Intercepted.
Up for
Jimmy
grabs.
Gwynn. Jimmy Gwynn. I don't know who. Is that Rodriguez who tipped that? Kevin Rodriguez, number 40. Yeah, I'm throwing this the other way.
Pass, wide open.
Oh, the safety missed on that ball. Touchdown North Andover. Picked up by number 8. He's
my
going all the
God.
way.
That's a
Mike
touchdown.
Mike Murname. Actually.
Oh,
fumble, he
my
fumbled it.
God. North Andover has it.
1st and 10. Fake dip. Oh, nice move by
Yes,
Partridge.
perfect, beautiful. Oh,
Touchdown.
Oh, oh. Fitzgerald wide open. It's just a foot race. And oh, yes. Spectacular. And it is good. So North Andover opens the gap.
of the North Andover Athletic Association. Welcome, Al.
Thank you very much.
I was at your last meeting.
Yes, you going to join?
A lot of nights
Good.
on the run talk, but what does the NAAA do?
So we serve just to raise funds for the athletic department. So everything we raise goes back to the athletic department. We do 4 scholarships a year, 2 for boys, 2 for girls. And, you know, whatever Steve needs is what we try to get. Last year we were able to pay for the new sound system that people in the stadium here are listening to tonight. We bought the 2 new score boards in the gym in Crozier and the electronic digital scorers table.
I see the windscreens here. I
Yep.
think you were part of that as well.
Yeah, pretty much every windscreen you see in the in town is ours. We did the softball ones that are over at McAvoy. We did the new tennis ones a couple of years ago. The football ones many years ago. They're probably looking like they need to be redone. I haven't seen them. They're not even up yet this year. Oh, actually they are. One of them is, right? Yeah, they've only got one up so far, but we'll probably be replacing those in the next 3 to 5 years. It all depends on how much money we raise.
And how do you raise that money?
Our biggest fundraiser is the Knights on the Run road race.
All right, let's talk about that.
Yeah, October 7th, our biggest fundraiser by far. We look to, you know, companies in town to sponsor. We have a lot of great sponsors. If you check our website, knightsrun5k.com, you can register there. You can see all of our sponsors, get a little more info about the race. It's October 7th, Saturday morning. It's a great event. The main race, the 5K, goes off at 9:30. Prior to that, though, we do a great event, the kids race, the Knights in Training Run. And what that is the kids who aren't, you know, old enough to run a 5K, all the elementary schools and St. Mike's as well. There's a contest, so the school that has the highest percentage of their students registered for the Knights in Training gets a trophy that they had to keep in their school every year. Thompson's won, want to say, the last 5 years, so somebody's got to try to knock Thompson off soon. But
The Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers, they're rolling. They won big the last few years especially, so we really need Kittredge, Sargent, what are the others? Atkinson, I'm missing one.
I need my Kangaroos to step up this year.
That's right. But yeah, that's a big fundraiser for us, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, one thing I learned in our last meeting, first of all, there are plenty of signs around town about the race, so
Yep.
if you forget what Al just told you, just look.
Just hit an intersection.
That's right. But the track team a long time ago did this mattress fundraiser, and I heard that the NAAA is kind of taking over that fundraiser. It's sort of like a athletic department-wide fundraiser. So if you need a mattress, what's
That's
the
right.
message for the town?
Hang on till spring.
That's right.
I'm sure you can wait. Nobody needs a mattress tomorrow unless you moved. So if you're looking to replace your mattress, hang on till the spring. We're doing a mattress fundraiser. It's going to be in April sometime, usually around the time of the Masters golf tournament. So
Yeah. And when the track team ran the fundraiser, the kids actually won a commission. Every mattress they sold, so the athletes can make money.
Yep, I believe so. Yep.
And my understanding is the prices are great because you cut out the middleman. So if you need a mattress, wait until spring.
Yep, absolutely.
Or the following spring. So
Yep.
only buy mattresses in North Andover in the spring.
We have a couple other fundraisers.
Okay.
We've got a raffle going on, 4 tickets to the Patriots game. I want to say it's November 5th. It's against Cleveland. Mike and Noel Samanuck, they donated 4 tickets. So
Track parents.
Track parents, yep. So we're raffling those off. And look to us soon. We're going to have another fun raffle. I don't want to say what it is yet, but I'm going to tweet it out pretty soon once we finalize the details. But it's a really good raffle that's coming up.
Oh, so shout out to their son Mason. He was amazing on the track team.
Yep.
And Mallory, they ways than one. Like your kids as well. They were amazing. Your son Evan was my unsung hero. Indoor track. He used to get out the high jump pit all by himself. No one had to ask him. He just got it out there all by himself.
Great program, and it did a lot for both of my kids.
As a matter of fact, if someone tried to help Evan get the high jump pit out, the high jump pit wouldn't get out as quickly. They slowed him down. And I remember Jordan, she wasn't on the outdoor, she was on the indoor track team, but she brought burgers to Merrimack College and did a little throwers cookout. She wasn't even on the track team. That was amazing.
Nice. Yeah, no, proud of both of them. And, I can't stress enough to parents and families how great the athletic department, the athletic programs here at North Andover are, but the track team especially, because a lot of kids, I think we all know, we've been there, especially, my daughter was one. She had planned on playing basketball in high school. It didn't work out. She did soccer, softball, and indoor track, and she probably enjoyed track as much as the other two sports, and it was a sport she had never done until her sophomore year. So, it's such an inclusive program. It's such a strong program, and everybody, feels a part of it. I think it's absolutely the best track program in the state, and that's not just me saying it. You can look at the success you've had over the last 10 or 12 years. It's just amazing what the track program has done.
I was mentioning during the first half, the boys team was state champs. I think that's like a team that goes into the Hall of Fame. That might be a team that did it. They dominated the competition.
Absolutely.
So before we let you go, we're talking to Al Purdy, president of the North Andover Athletic Association. How can we help you, Al?
Sign up for the race. Sign your kids up for the race. If you want to make a donation, there's a way you can do that. When you go to the race website, it can connect you to our main website, so you could just make a donation. If you work for a company, own a company, or know of a company that wants to do a sponsorship, we have many levels for what the sponsorship of the race gets you. Certain levels have a certain number of free race entries. We tweet out every time somebody donates to us, every time somebody sponsors, we tweet that out. You're going to go on our race T-shirt that all the 5K runners get, or at least the first 225 5K runners get. It's going to be on our sign, your company logo, your company name. It'll go on our website. It'll go on our sign. We have a long memory. We retweet anything you put out. If you're a small business, and you tweet something out that I think is important, I'll retweet it. We try to work in partnership with anybody who helps us.
And you're also just like NACAM, we're always looking for people behind the microphone, behind the cameras, doing the control board.
Yeah,
you could use some volunteers as well.
Yeah, we could. We're probably we're a little light for a board. We have about 12 members on our board right now. We'd like to be around 15. So if there's 2 or 3 parents, teachers, former students, I would love to get a local student, maybe former athlete at North Andover High. Maybe if you're going to U Lowell or Merrimack College, or you're even 5 or 6 years out and you're back living in the area and you want to come help out, give back to the athletic program that you went through, that would be great too. Just looking for some more bodies. Okay,
that's Al Purdy, president of the North Andover Athletic Association. The teams are back on the field. We're ready for the second half. Thanks a lot, Al.
All right, thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Cam Bethel to kick off. Beverly's going to get the ball to start the second half. Short kick. Caught it on the run. Number 12. Nice little run back. Ball's on the 23. That was Sean Costa, number 12 for Beverly. Here's a replay there. Had some blocking. They were a little late setting up their blocks. 1st and 10 on the 35. That was down the middle running. That Brendan McCarron, probably number 6. 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Yeah, all those runs up the middle are by McCarron. Oh, nice tackle in the backfield. Penalty flag down. Was that Bosang back in the backfield? No, it was Charlie Finn, I think, with that tackle. No, it was Bosang. Bosang and Finn are celebrating.
Called offside, Scarlet Knights.
Offside on North Andover, a little too quick.
So we're 1 minute plus into the third quarter of the game.
2nd and 3.
Second and 2. From the 43 yard.
Double wing for Beverly. Off tackle. Oh, nice pursuit. Got Finn on the tackle. Charlie Finn, the senior linebacker. I think North Andover kind of getting a read on what Beverly's plays are here in the second half. Maybe some halftime adjustments. We'll see if that continues. But they run off tackle with the wing backs and they go down the middle with Conant.
Liam Tolan rushing it to the sideline just now.
Defensive tackle.
Replaced in the middle for this play.
I think he and Alex Phillips have been in and out. 3rd and 5.
North Andover down in their stance. Just blitz,
that
but
Conan.
a successful pass.
Yeah, they North Andover was playing the yardsticks and they threw the ball short of the yardsticks, almost like a screen pass. Huge gain. Yeah,
That
15-yard game.
looked like North Andover had blown up the play.
Yeah, nice screen play. He had blocking in front of him.
Said the traditional subterfuge of the screenplay. You think you got him and the ball has gone someplace else.
It was a middle screen. Normally the screens go to the right or the left.
Yes. So that's gutsy when you throw the ball in the middle like that.
Sweep number 11. About a 5-yard gain. Tolan back in. Jake O'Neill, I think, going out. Number 79, nice blocking on the edge. Jacob Plakins, senior.
2nd and 4.
2nd down, 4 yards to go.
If Salfrank were not easy enough to identify by his height and his physique, he wears one nose sock and the other black sock.
Perhaps a procedure penalty there on Beverly. Coach is probably not thrilled with that. Beverly had quite a few nice plays there.
Walking it off. 5 yard.
North Andover has 4 Jakes on defense. There's Jake Jackson out on the edge. Jake Salfrank, Jake O'Neill.
There you go.
Jake Thorne, the basketball player, the other cornerback.
My God.
JT.
We'll have to consult the thesaurus on Jake's.
Braden Santora
Last
in
year
there
we had
in backfield.
we had Nathan Jakes last year.
Just a 1-yard gain. It'd be about 3rd down, 7 yards to go. So I was Braden Santora in there at linebacker. It looks like Santora, Bosang, and Charlie Finn. And Mikey McNaught and Zach Walensky are usually the safeties. Liam Toland and Johnsy Perdomo, typically the defensive tackles. Jake O'Neill and Jake Salfrank, the defensive ends. Oh, that was that Perdomo who didn't come up with the tackle.
Went right under his arms.
No gain, though. Nice pursuit by North Andover.
Houdini
Another flag
moved.
on the field.
Houdini escape by Kessel. Looked like he was going to be thrashed. Instead,
That's Bosang on the tackle there. He goes full speed. I don't think he does other sports. He's a senior.
thanks to North Andover Cam, we have great continuous replay situation here to get more benefit of the video.
That's Morgan File, youth track star on the replay machine for NACAM. Nick Kissel behind the controls. The man with 2 first names. Bill Robert is here. Some say 3 first names. There's a sweep.
Day
Nice
again.
play.
And a first down by 22, running the ball a lot. Damian Day.
Yeah,
He must have close to 100 yards, I would
He's
think.
he's the guy running off tackle. Conan's running through. Nice little seam there. The offensive tackle blocks in, and the pulling blocks out. A nice seam, nice gain. First down, Beverly. I thought North Andover had Beverly's numbers, but they're mixing it up nicely.
So
Timeout, Beverly.
timeout. Beverly has a reasonably new head coach.
Jeff
Good.
Hutton, he a former North Andover gym teacher. In his third year, he's taught gym 2 years ago was his last year. Actually, he was North Andover's discus friend before I became North Andover's discus friend.
There you go.
It's time to check in. If you know Ray or I, give us a text or email me. I'm at NAM's Throats Camp on Instagram. Or if you're a track parent, you can contact me through the Remind app. But if you're watching from far away, especially, we like to hear from you, but we like to know who's watching. Give you a shout out. Usually Cameron Southfrank is watching us. But nice first drive here for Beverly. They get 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line. Shout out to the NA Cam crew. I wrote down their name somewhere.
Beverly, like a lot of towns, has their football families. When you look at the assistant coaches, my brother was playing on the Beverly football team in the late 1960s with the family names
Off tackle
of
again.
Hannibal, Nardella, Terry, Kessel,
Nice gain
McCarran,
again.
and Conant.
Be about
So-
2nd and long 4, short 5. A lot of blocking out there on those sweeps.
Generation after generation, New England football, a family affair.
Same play, other side. Another penalty. It's probably on Beverly if they stop the play. Illegal procedure again. It's going to be about 2nd and 10.
Mistake by Beverly. It looked like a developing play with some potential.
We've got Max Clisby, Ryan Farrell, Patrick Hogan, Jackson Ziegler, and Sam Rach on the cameras. That's your NA Cam crew. Get off tackle. Oh, he might have the first down. Good
He
tackle
gets
out
the
of-
outside. He gets the first down.
That play had a little wrinkle. Instead of that was an interior handoff instead of an exterior handoff. Plenty of blocking ahead of that play from the backs. But I think Beverly essentially has 2 running plays.
They make a lot of them.
It's McCarran inside and Conant off tackle.
So Beverly taking a moment.
North Andover called that timeout. Didn't like the coaches didn't like what they saw. Maybe they detected a pattern. Maybe they detected the pattern I mentioned.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. Need to check on assignments, make some adjustments.
I forgot to mention the boys volleyball team. They made the playoffs last spring. They were ranked 13th going into the playoffs. 15 wins, 5 losses. They won 1 round of playoffs, lost in the round of 16. Kyler Shea, the leading hitter, I believe, for the boys volleyball team. Shout out to my best friend, his younger sister, Hannah Shea. She runs cross country. Here we go. 1st and 10. Beverly. First drive of the second half.
6 minutes in the third quarter. inside.
That's McCarron. He
And
pushes the pile forward.
straight up the middle, and difficult to bring down.
Hey, 4-yard gain. Be 2nd and 6.
Nobody could get leverage to stop his momentum.
Push the pile forward there.
Beverly subbing in a play. Wide
Same
receiver
double wing formation.
out this side.
It's McCarron under. He's had a nice hole. He's got the first down.
Cut back.
It'll be first and goal.
Down inside the 10. Around the 5. First down. As you said, first and goal.
Excuse me, 22 is Damian Day. The other wing back for Beverly is Daniel Conant. He hasn't carried the ball as much.
I don't remember Day playing last year. To consult the tape.
He's a sophomore. There he is again. Touchdown. He refused to go down. Damian Day.
So, we're well into the third quarter of the game, and the score looks
It's a replay.
to be...
Nice blocking. Big hole. And he fell forward.
The tally should
Beverly
soon
not
be
attempting to
equal.
pass at all in that drive. They went off tackle and they went down the middle. Number 14, Danny Pierce, backup quarterback, sophomore, to kick. Line drive kick, hit
Hits
the upright.
the upright, and no good. It's fall fate here at Walsh Stadium. Fall fate. The kick hits the goalpost and refuses to go through.
That could end up to be a big play.
Yes.
In the end of scheme, in the end here.
I mean, we're almost about 2/3 into the game, and we're still ahead.
Both these schools are about the same size, both in Division II. Division II, things are set up for North Andover. There were 34 teams in Division II football last year, only 22 this year, and 16 teams make the playoffs. Quite a few teams that made the playoffs moved down to Division III. A couple moved up to Division I. So this could be a key game.
I think the MIAA is reorganizing. They do this periodically. You set out some structure, but then some of the schools get waivers to belong to a conference they might not otherwise.
Oh, Walensky was hoping McNaught would pick that up, but it did go into the end zone, fortunately for North Andover. It would be 1st and 10 on the 20.
It was a risky bounce there.
McNaught thought Walensky was going to get it. Walensky kind of noticed that, and he kind of pointed at the ball.
Yeah.
It's a little too late for that. Fortunately, it went into the end zone. Scoreboard says 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter, but the scoreboard is having issues. So we'll see if that's true. I think North Andover should stick to the ground game, and I think they are. Walensky down the middle.
He's
Nice
breaking
blocking.
away.
He's got a first down, 11-yard
Tackled
game.
by Kessel, the safety, and the quarterback. Last man who
North
had a
Andover
chance.
running no huddle.
After an 11-yard run for Walensky, it is 1st and 10 for the Scarlet.
Same formation.
Slot on the far.
Now
McNaught.
to McNaught.
McNaught testing
Plenty
the
of room
outside.
out there.
Avoids tacklers.
That's
Avoids
a 12-yard
one,
game.
2, 3 tacklers. Fitzgerald gets a play from Dubzinski, the coach. I think I saw
Andover, no huddle.
Coach D's father here earlier. Inspirational.
Finn is the wing back. Walensky again.
There we go.
Still a pretty good gain, about 4 yards. I think North Andover is going to try to impose their will on Beverly and run the ball pretty much every play. Maybe surprise them with a run. All the players checking their wrists for the play.
Soggy dollar, word of the day, evocative.
Back to Walensky down the middle. I think he falls forward. He might be a little shy, I think. It'll be 3rd and 1. That was the same formation, kind of same play. They faked it to McNaught, gave it to Walensky. Back to McNaught. That play has a lot of room out wide. Penalty flag down.
Yes, let's see what kind of tackle that was.
The back judge just threw that flag a long distance. The North Andover player is up limping.
McNaught went down like he was shot.
It's going
I
to be
think he had
North Andover, it seems.
grab onto his jersey or a pad, but that doesn't mean that's the penalty.
There's Charlie Finn blocking downfield. He's limping off the field.
Oh.
Holding might have been against him. It'll be 3rd down. And about 7 yards to go. It's a spot foul. I like that play. McNaught has plenty of room over on that left side. Long pass, wide open.
Oh my God!
That's Camden
Beautiful,
Bethel.
beautiful.
Is that I believe that's Camden Bethel.
The defender just could not keep up. Was not able to find the location point of the ball's arrival. Was a little lost, and that cost him.
That was well defended by Beverly, but they just couldn't cover the receivers any longer. Camden Bethel scored the touchdown back for the extra point.
Yeah, it's a wonderful play because he gets behind the defense and then comes across the middle saying, anytime you want to throw it, I'm wide open.
Kick is good.
That's the ideal 10 a.m. Sunday morning at the local high school stadium play. You, I, and your brother Joe.
But Drew Fitzgerald kind of scrambled a little bit to his left
Saturday
to
night.
create some room, and Camden Bethel ran behind the safety. Kind of threw it across the field a little bit. It's about a 40-yard touchdown pass.
It's so discouraging when you beat them deep like that and they fail to even see the receiver
Drew
until it
Fitzgerald
was
has a little
much
crown
too
on his
late.
head there on the sideline.
So the Knights, instead of a game 3 minutes ago that looked like it was going to be knotted in a tie, the missed point allows us breathing room, and we
High
throw
kick.
a beautiful
Bad
pass.
short. Oh, it went off his helmet. He dropped it. He picked it up.
Whoop. That's the,
Oh, he saw a space on the sideline.
Oh my goodness.
Camden Bethel is back there.
Look at
Slowed-
this.
Oh, fumble.
Oh, and North Andover has it. Oh my goodness. Beverly seeing the ghost of last year.
Camden Bethel, 3 huge plays. Touchdown reception. Here's the replay.
My father would say, snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Oh, no. They're calling, they've run her down. They're giving the ball to Beverly.
Oh, I'd
guess
like to see that replay
Yeah, we
again.
missed it.
Can we see that replay again and again and again? Because I thought the ball was out of his chest when his feet were upright.
The officials are saying his knee was down.
But the
when
ball
he
was
came off the
floating away
ball.
from him, and he was still striding.
Coach Dubzinski's a little upset. He doesn't
Yes.
believe it.
Well, he should be.
That would have been 3 great plays by Camp Bethel. A touchdown reception, the extra point.
Oh.
First of all, a great tackle, touchdown-saving tackle, and he apparently may have caused the fumble. 1st and 10, Beverly from the 40. Key play for Beverly, not turning the ball over. In the middle,
Up,
McCarron.
right
Nice
up the
hole.
middle with one of Beverly's mature and
Boateng
accomplished
with the tackle.
runners, Brendan McCarron.
6-yard gain.
They spell it here, Brandon McCarron.
Defensive tackle went one way. The play went to the other way.
Looks like a
with
good
big hole.
athlete. Great stride, balance. Come on now, use him again.
2nd and 4.
There we
Sweep.
go. Day with the ball. It's
Finn trying to run it down. He does. Falls forward for about a 2-yard gain. 3rd and 2. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left, third quarter, according to the scoreboard. Here's the play. Guards pulling. Finn chases that ball down.
The play is now 3rd and 3. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter.
Well, the scoreboard lied to us. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. It's North Andover 14, Beverly 6. So a little fall sports update. Boys soccer team, 2 wins, 3 ties. I think they're on a 2-game winning streak, perhaps. Girls soccer is 1-1. They beat Lowell, lost to Central Catholic. Volleyball is 1-1. They're playing Lowell across the parking lot. That match must be over by now. Field hockey is 1-2. They were playing Ipswich this afternoon up at the track. Not sure how that worked out. The swim team, undefeated.
incredible. Great. Where do they compete? What would
Maybe
you call
Greater Lawrence.
Their home team. Their home
But
pool?
they beat Andover. One of their wins was against Andover. Andover
Oh.
usually has the best swim team, so something's going
That's
on
very
with
good.
that girls' swim team. I have to find Constance Schiller, one of the coaches. I have
You
to
know-
find out what's going on.
Beverly has the best swim team, high school, historically on the North Shore. They have that new YMCA right off of Route 22 in Beverly. And when they have a swim meet, the parking lot has a caravan of cars like a Hollywood premiere.
Third
There are
three.
50 SUVs,
Off
one
tackle.
behind the other.
Didn't get it. Gang tackling by North Andover.
We need to swim against Beverly,
Fourth.
at Beverly.
4th and 3.
Let's get that going.
Well, Andover is perennial state champions, so maybe Beverly's got. I'm not sure they're as good as Andover typically is. In
Beverly,
swimming.
Beverly's pool has probably 30 championship banners
Do they? Okay.
of one type or
So
another.
that
It's
you're
not-
saying they're just as good as Andover.
it would seem.
But now North Andover beat Andover, so something's going on with that swim team.
My brother's former football player, the tight end, Steve Davidson,
Here they're going
is
for it.
involved
4th
with
down.
that swimming program.
Key 4th down. Number 7 gets the carry. Nothing doing. That was Jaden Santos, the junior. First carry that I could detect. North Andover takes over on downs.
The Scarlet Knights will take over 1st and 10.
There's the play. Was that Alex
Beautiful,
Phillips
beautiful
breaking
tackling there.
breaking that play up?
When more than one person on the defense knows what's going to happen and they act in a concerted way, you get these great inspirational moments.
1st and 10 from the 34. I expect North Andover to come running again.
There's
They
a
do.
handoff.
Is that McNaught?
McNaught,
It is.
as always, looking for the cutback move.
About a 6-yard gain.
Ball carrier.
In the third quarter, that play worked. Plenty of room on that left-hand side.
Now, watch him turn up the field, a little stutter step, but he continues inside. After that stutter step, the move is put your outside foot down and spin towards the sideline.
First down. He's not going down.
Once you start
Over
your
a
spin,
10-yard gain.
you're going to be looking at wide open sideline coming out of your spin.
No huddle for North Andover.
Always works. Here's the replay. Just great hard running, driving those legs.
Walensky
Road
didn't know
work.
which way to go. 2-yard loss.
Road work and work over the tires paying off for the North Andover running back. Looking good.
2nd and 12. North
Looking
Andover going no huddle.
like a senior. Not a senior
Jake
citizen.
Salfrank out wide, the tight end.
Help us.
I'm going to say this is a pass play if Jake Salfrank's out wide. I take it back. Is that Santora? No, that's McNaught.
Great.
Just breaks through some tackles.
Great speed. McNaught makes the sideline on his speed.
10-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
McNaught is impressive.
But that's the 3rd or 4th time in a row they've given it to McNaught coming off from the wing position over to the left side sweep. A little illegal procedure. Nick Ottaviani holding his head saying, what did I do? 5-yard penalty, be 3rd and about 8.
He's now 3rd and 8.
North Andover has 2 impressive sophomores playing on the line. On the offensive line, number 56, Michael Phelps. He's a baseball star. And on the defensive line, Alex Phillips. Alex Phillips, shot put and discus star in addition to football. Michael Phelps, again, the catcher on the baseball team. I think he's a serious baseball player. But,
yes,
we could use him on the indoor track team throwing the shot put in the winter. Here we go, 3rd and about 8.
We have a great baseball coaching staff, as with the football and the basketball.
Little screenplay, nothing doing though. Drew Fitzgerald just shuffles it out.
Oh,
Incomplete.
Drew.
Zach Walensky was probably happy he didn't catch that.
Gabe D'Souza
4th down.
gathering the ball in there. That was that looked like a simple play, but it's a very risky play if the defender comes forward.
That was a screenplay, but Beverly got a lot of a good pass rush that Drew Fitzgerald didn't want to throw it. North Andover back to punt.
Okay, there are a little less than 9 minutes in the game now.
High punt.
Beautiful punt.
Are they going to let it bounce?
Kessel will let it.
It's going to take a bounce up high.
And it
bounce back towards the North Andover end.
Took a favorable Beverly bounce towards the sidelines, but back up the field, gaining at least 5 yards on the decline of reception.
Ball is on the 13-yard line. 8 minutes and 39 seconds in the 4th quarter on the scoreboard anyway.
North Andover Knights 14 and Beverly Panthers scoring 6.
Absent any turnovers, this is a big drive here for Beverly. 8 minutes left. They're backed up. How many more possessions will they have in this game? So I have to do something on this possession, I think. I'm Coach Baggs from the track team, North Andover's discus friend. I'm here with Ray Ahern.
And a beautiful night, indeed.
Snap. There's a penalty
Beverly
flag.
Struggling
Brendan
forward.
McCarron again down the middle.
There's a flag on the play.
The officials are talking about it. Looks like they haven't made up their mind yet. Chop block. Talking to Coach Stupzinski, see if they want to take the penalty. He's deferring to Matt Cerullo, the defensive coordinator, whether North Andover want to take this penalty or not. It's like it'll be a half the distance penalty. Declined. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
There you go. Good move. Gutsy.
Well, the ball's on the 13-yard line. They would have brought it back to the 6.5 with the penalty.
Cerullo showing confidence in his defense with that decision may motivate them.
He's wearing that flashy red jacket on the side, North Andover sideline.
Yes. Looks like a prize fighter.
Gabe D'Souza has the same jacket on, but it just doesn't look as good. I think that's Gabe D'Souza, anyway. Referee is telling the North Andover players to back up off the sideline, and now we're ready to go. Actually, it's 2nd and 7. I want to say 7 yards to go.
McNaught in a
Screen
safety.
pass. Oh, he had a blocker.
Beverly.
He looked upfield before he
Yes.
caught the ball.
Yes. Classic mistake.
It is now 3rd and
Capone. That's a number I don't have.
Number 10, Liam Taponi. I think he's coming back from injury.
Oh, yes. Tim Pony. Tim Pony. Not to
It'll
be confused
be 3rd
with,
and 7. Key play here.
not to be confused with Tin Pony. Tin Pony would be lead and silver and
Off tackle. North Andover had that snuffed out.
yes, North Andover with gang defense over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 defenders just anticipating he's coming to the sideline. He's coming this way. Obstruct.
Liam Tolan got in there from defensive end. He missed last year with a neck injury. Got injured the first game. Shot putter, Liam Tolan. Shout out to younger brother Evan. Punting, Beverly. So it could be a key stop for North Andover. It's going to bounce. No, McNaught
nice.
dropped it, picked it up.
A little back step there changes the timing,
Great field position from
but
North Andover.
made a nice move to get some yardage. But if he hadn't allowed it to bounce, may have gotten who knows how many more yards. See, 1,
Almost a
2,
block in the
3.
back, but not.
There's a 1 count for the bounce, a 1 count going sideways.
Could have used that one
Like a-
block.
a half a s-
McNaught could have been.
Half a second lag. Half a second is a running
Ball's on the 31-yard line.
5 yards anyway.
7 minutes and 43 seconds left.
Walensky
First
just
down.
dancing, strutting, high-stepping, kicking. Bing, bang, boom.
That was a well-blocked play.
Yes, and a nice change of pace, change of stride, change of anticipated contact place.
Run the same play. No, McNaught
by
out
the
left.
defense.
McNaught, he might have a first down. He does. First and goal from the 5-yard line.
Well, Coach Dubzinski seeing shades of former glory. Lots of running tonight.
Got a block
Lots
from
of
Walensky, but
classic-
no defense along that left
Yes,
side.
Classic running, classic blocking in a classic formation. So no
Walensky,
risking.
nothing doing. Maybe picked up a yard or so.
Walensky was the ball carrier. Tackle number 53.
North Andover is substituting in the backfield. Finn's in there. Is it Bosang in there? A couple of new guys. This should be a new play. Maybe down the middle. Oh, yeah, they're always blocking on the right side.
And
Touchdown.
there we go. So North Andover, as you said earlier, the second half, we will see North Andover take control of the game. Nice prediction, nice anticipation on your part.
North Andover brought in 2 fullbacks. They both went right and like 4 blockers
Good
between
move.
the guard and the tackle.
Yeah, I noticed the roster had fullbacks.
North Andover 20, Beverly 6. That was a key drive. Beverly didn't had to punt. Now they're 2 scores back.
I think the thing coaches will like this year and the next couple will be fullbacks and tight ends. Fullbacks
Extra point
and
is
tight
good.
ends.
21-6.
Fullbacks and tight ends beef up the kind of offense they're running in an undermanned way. And most teams have been running that Everett offense, but you can make it stronger. It's brutal football because you make it stronger, it becomes more obvious what you're going to do, but when you overpower the opposition, who cares if it's obvious what you're going to do?
MVC football has gone through a realignment. There's a large division, a medium, and a small, for lack of a better term. North Andover is in the middle division, medium division, with 4 other schools. Methuen looks to be the favorite. But in addition to the usual favorites, Chelmsford, Billerica, Tewksbury, I think Lawrence and Methuen are with North Andover in that division.
Leadership changes periodically in the MIAA, which generates different ideas, different concepts, and all in all, you develop judgment from the experience of trying all these different things.
I think Central Catholic and Andover and a third school are in the large division.
Yes, and of course...
That ball bounced. It's on the ground. Beverly picked it up.
Recovered by
That's another good break for North Andover. Beverly has
receiver.
90 yards to go.
Yes. Under the lights, Sean Costa, the running back, 10th grader. Big guy. Should really fill out. He's got a couple of years more to play, but I think the last moment he took a peek to see if there were any defenders, and that distracted his vision. Okay, North Andover moving the defenders around.
Oh, nice block. Jake Salfrank.
Salfrank coming up huge.
Shout out to older sister Callie. Salfrank, longtime shot putter on the track team. I think throwing for Salve Regina. Here's the replay. Got his big hand up. He's 6'4".
Last year, I was in Beverly, and we were playing, and it was this point in the game, and I commented out of the blue that Jakes and Salfrank, as defensive ends, at key points, without even speaking to each other, coordinate plays. And at that moment, I don't remember whether it was Salfrank or Jakes, one of them batted the ball in the air and the other intercepted it to destroy a promising Beverly drive. The commentators looked at me like I was clairvoyant.
Damian Day off tackle. Nick Jocks, MVC discus champion.
One of the best.
Also did great in the high hurdles. And the high jump.
Yes. And we had Agbar last year. I haven't been to your track events, but I must say, shame on me, but he looked like a hurdler. Agbar.
He was Division II champion in the pentathlon. I think he's MVC champion in the school record holder in the long jump.
Yeah. Yes, you could see.
Screen pass.
You could see his track background.
Oh, there's a penalty, maybe roughing the passer, perhaps. Zamponi could not come up with that pass. Johnsy Perdomo has his hands up in the air. I think they may have called something on him. That'll be a big break for Beverly if it is roughing the passer. It'd be a first down. It is roughing the passer. That'll be a first down for Beverly. Beverly back to life there with that first down. 5 minutes, 32 seconds left on the clock.
21-6, the Knights, and this has been a satisfying event.
1st and 10 on the 33-yard line.
Just a persistent buzz of involvement.
Alex Phillips getting a lot of playing time at defensive end. Sweep. Number 11. Oh, nice tackle. That's Charlie Finn running that play down. Be 2nd and 9.
There's a buzz in the air. It's saying North
the referee's saying
Andover
4 minutes
looks
left.
good.
I'm happy to announce that all the discus talent on the field is on the North Andover side. Jake Salfrank and the 3 fantastic freshmen last year. Alex Phillips, Zaid El Masri, Adam Webster. In the same
They-
play, sweep.
Oh, and North Andover
Charlie Finn on the blitz.
wraps them up.
He's fired up.
Yes, well deserved. Just crashing in there, won't be stopped.
Shout out to his grandfather, Charlie, who I talked to before the game. Hopefully he'll see this on replay.
Finn. Are the Finns from County Cork?
No, they're not.
Oh.
Not that I'm aware of. They're from
well,
Methuen.
need to
From Methuen.
check that out, look that up.
Shout out to Finn Murphy's brother. I'll tell you about him
Yeah.
in a second.
I'm always looking for Tipperary and
3rd and
Corkers.
11.
Red-headed Tipperary,
Screen pass.
blonde-headed Corkers,
The
and some
defensive
redheads.
ends. Just,
So here's Kessel looking like an athlete.
could that be another penalty?
Kessel is
He's got the
Kessel
first
is
down.
Beverly's Walensky.
I was watching Sal Frank and O'Neill just collided. They missed the quarterback and they collided. I thought, or was it Perdomo? But the two defensive ends just collided, and I thought there was an injury, but apparently everyone looks okay. It's going to be 3rd and 2. And they were checking each other's health instead of chasing down the play. It's 4th and 2, excuse me. It's key play here, 4th and 2.
North Andover spreading their defense back from the line of scrimmage, although rushing
Quarterback
up
keeper.
here.
No, nothing doing.
Yes.
Perdomo in on the tackle.
North Andover applying pressure by hanging back, and as they come to the line of scrimmage, they begin to move forward. By the time they're ready to call the play,
Here's a
the
replay.
deepest North Andover backs are in the Beverly backfield.
The,
Nicely done.
Beverly offensive line was downfield blocking. North Andover kind of ran around them.
That's the kind of trickeration that you'll see the Patriots doing with their young defensive backs this year, trying to disguise what the assignment is until the last minute and change. And with the option to change again, giving intelligent flexibility to the defense and options you don't otherwise have if a person just has an assignment.
There's some confusion. The referees are
That's a
talking
matter
to each
of
other.
coaching.
The center,
Lots of good
Ottaviani-
coaching here in
Yeah,
North
Ottaviani
Andover
is,
in all sports. We are lucky.
Walensky in motion. That's a new 28. Oh, he's breaks the
And-
tackle. Out of bounds at the 15. 25-yard gain. Ben Iglesias on the run.
Very nicely done. Ben is graduating in 2025. He's 5'8", running back, cornerback. And as you said, nicely done.
Varsity baseball player. He's an outfielder.
He has good athleticism. He's not overly tall. Short strides give you an advantage in a lot of situations. You're able to make quick cuts.
I think he's still in there. He is. Same formation. See if Walensky goes back in motion. He does. They're going to give it to Walensky. Nice block by
Zach
McNaught.
outside. Zach swimming.
got the
Zach
first
swimming
down.
through the defenders.
Could be 1st and goal from maybe the 3rd, 4-yard line.
Bicycle legs, swimming strokes.
Got a nice, McNaught was in the slot. He got a nice little block, ran around him. No, I apologize. It's 2nd and short from about the 6-yard line. They didn't give him the first down.
Walensky, tilt left, tilt right.
They got the fullbacks in
moving.
again.
Yeah, look at this formation.
Oh, they're going into
There's
victory formation, I guess.
1 minute and 40 seconds. Our coach Dubs is signaling in.
1:35 on the clock.
The clock
on the
is
scoreboard.
rolling at 1:30 in the game. Beverly has the Panthers 6. North Andover, a well-deserved, hard-fought 21 points. The team is coming together. They can see each other. They can see their part. Gathering on the sideline at midfield, anticipating the final gun.
5 North Andover coaches on the field trying to coordinate this victory formation. And that'll do it.
That
North
is it.
Andover 21, Beverly
40,
6.
with 44 seconds, the game is claimed and conceded by Beverly.
North
The
Andover
teams,
has a shutout in that second half.
The team's approach for the handshake of gentlemen. No hard feelings, hard fought, all in the game.
Well, North Andover next week travels to Marblehead.
Yes.
Marblehead is surprisingly 0-2. They lost to Bishop Fenwick.
Yes.
And
that was shocking.
They got crushed by King Philip. So they're usually a very good team. So it'd be interesting to see. I don't think they're an 0-2 team.
You know, Marblehead had a very small, undersized back, and he's not wasn't your classic football running back, but he was so instrumental on so many big plays for them, and he's now gone. They have a regular running back, so they're more easily anticipated.
Our JV team, football team's heading down to Beverly tomorrow, 10 a.m. game.
JV in Beverly
JV football.
on Saturday.
10 a.m.
Probably at Hurd Stadium, I suppose.
Weather permitting, on the grass field.
Oh, yes. Yeah, otherwise heavy winds. Along the coast there, when the sun gets to a particular angle at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, without any kind of weather, you get 15 to 20 mile an hour winds going upriver in the Beverly-Salem Danvers River.
Well, the sun is going to be in my eyes tomorrow because our soccer teams are in action right here in Walsh Stadium. Girls at 2 o'clock and the boys at 4. Also JV action, I think, on the grass field or maybe up at the track.
Uh-huh.
Boys and girls cross-country team are running somewhere. But big opening game victory for North Andover. Also, after Marblehead, we'll be back home, Chelmsford, and the following week, Thursday night at Methuen. Here against Methuen, homecoming.
A lot of good sports here.
At Marblehead, then home against Chelmsford and home against Methuen. So I think the North Andover running attack's still strong. Didn't get a lot of yards on the pass, but that one Drew Fitzgerald scramble to Camden Bethel.
If you live in North Andover, a wonderful thing to do is to get your micro laptop and a tall container of coffee and come and sit in the stands while these young athletes play soccer or any other sport that they do on this field. It's a peaceful and tranquil and silent communing with nature and the wonders of children growing.
So I hope to see you guys back here for soccer tomorrow, but otherwise we'll see you in 2 weeks against Chelmsford. So big opening game victory against Beverly, 21-6. The teams are huddling. So for I'm Coach Baggs, North Andover's discus friend.
And for Ray Ahern, enjoyed it thoroughly. Once again, spending time with you, talking about sports and broadcasting. What could be better?
Yeah, see you soon.
Good night.